Hello, very good morning. Welcome to JS Testing Academy. Welcome to the next part of video in the uh, in the core Java for automation learning. Okay, so in the last video we saw about the OOPS concept, object and class, and we also saw about the encapsulation. Okay, in this video we are going to see polymorphism. What is polymorphism? Polymorphism is ability to take multiple forms is called as an polymorphism. A method will take multiple forms, multiple ways it can be used, right, or created, right. That is called as an polymorphism. There are two polymorphisms: method overloading and method riding, compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. Okay, so method overloading is called as compile time polymorphism and method overriding is called as an runtime polymorphism. Okay, so what is method overloading means when a class is having multiple methods with same name and different parameters, it's called as a method overloading. When a class is having right, same name, okay, same method name but different parameters, that is called as an method overloading. What is method writing is, okay, when there are two classes, one is a parent class and next one is a child class which has same method name, okay, and parameters, so that is called as an overriding. We use at override annotation to override from one method to another method. Okay, let's see with an example. Okay, in the real time world, okay, there is one method called, it will take any banking application, there is one method called as payment. Okay, in payment you will have some payment amount option, right, it will be printed there. Okay, so there are some different classes like credit card payment, UPI payment, right, PayPal payment. So from the payment method we can override credit card payment, UPI payment and PayPal payment. Okay, so there is one right method in a class, right, credit card payment. There, right, you have an right credit card payment, sorry, payment, and it has a method and it has some code. Okay, if I want to override payment into credit card payment, I can override that. Okay, so this is used in banking application, where, right, in Selenium world, right, the same concept can be used. Okay, if I want to test with different browsers, okay, I create a method for Google search. Okay, and same method I can use it for Chrome browser, same method I can use it for testing the Firefox browser also. The same method can be used both in Chrome browser and the same method can be used in the Firefox browsers also. This is how we can use polymorphism in the Selenium world. Also, I have a base test. Okay, I have a base test class where I have one method, right. For example, I have any one method, run test. Okay, so I have a base class and I have one method, run test. In the login test class, in another class, I can override this run test and add my own code. For example, driver dot find element by dot id and some code I can write. Okay, so I can override from one class to another class, from parent class to child class, from the base test to the login test. So base test is one class and login test is another class. So like that I can use this polymorphism, method overloading and writing in our automation world also. Okay, so this is how polymorphism is used. Both overloading and writing can be used in the automation world. Okay, let's have write one simple code for understanding method overloading and method writing. Okay, let me create a new class. Okay, I'll create a calculate one class called as calculator and I added the public static void main. First, let's see overloading, then we'll see method overriding. Okay, so I'll create method overloading. Okay, so what is method overloading? A class is having same name, right, with different same method name with different parameters, that is called as an method overloading. Okay, let me type int. Okay, add. Okay, next one is int a comma int b. Okay, then I'll give return a plus b. Okay, I'll give a semicolon. Okay, same thing. So this is a method which is having a method name add and two parameters a and b. Okay, same thing, I'll create another method. Okay, this time the data type will be double. Okay, and right, also the data type for a and b will be double. Okay, now I'll add another method. Okay, so add is a method which is having the same name but it has different data types, okay, parameters. Okay, so now int a b. Okay, and I'll add another parameter c. Okay, here I'll add a plus b plus c. Okay, now what I'll do is, right, I will add this, I have this main method. Okay, I'll call the object. We need to create, for calling the method we need to create an object we saw in the first video, right? Calculator. Okay, c equal to new calculator semicolon. Okay, c dot, first I'll call the int ab. Okay, 2 3. Okay, next one is, right, I'll give this out. Yes, so control space. Okay, now what I'll do is, right, I'll copy this one. Okay, and I'll add the double method. Okay, 2.5, 3.5. Okay, next one is I'll go for ABC. Okay, then again I'll copy, paste this third method, 3 comma 6, sorry, comma 6. So this calls the first method int add, and this calls the second method double add, right, and this calls the third method int abc. Okay, let's run the program. So all three is printing. So a class which is having, right, three methods with same name, all three adds are same but different parameters. First one is int ab, next one is int double ab, and third one is int a b and c. Okay, so this is called as an method overloading, a class which is having the same name and different parameters. That's what I example I told you. In the same case, there is one method called as payment. Okay, and another method called as credit card payment. Okay, this we'll see in the overriding one minute. Okay, so this is overloading. Okay, next I'll go for an overriding. So overloading means a same method name with different parameters in the same class, but right, overriding is, right, Yeah, yeah, there will be a parent class and child class with same name, method name. So that is called as an overriding. Okay, first let me create one right class animal. Okay, now I'll create one method void sound. Okay, sys out animal sound. Okay, so I have a class with one method name called as sound. Okay, so this is overriding example. Okay, so now there is this is a parent class. Okay, there is a child class. Okay, I'm creating one class. Okay, called as right some dog. Okay, here dog extends right animal. Okay, okay, now I'll create another method, same same different class, same method. Okay, then it is called as an overriding. So I create again a method sound. Okay, here I'll give sys out. Okay, I'll give barking. Okay, now I'll add one annotation here. Okay, override. Change to override. Okay, now what happens? Right, this animal sound will be override to barking now. Okay, also create another class tiger. I'll include public static void main. Okay, and I'll create an same right class. Okay, I'll give extends animal. Okay, now what I'll do, tiger sound. Okay, now what I'll do is right, I will call all those methods. Okay, first right, we need to create an object animal a1 equal to new. Okay, first one is dog. Next, animal a2 equal to new, right, tiger. Okay, so animal a should be capital letter. Okay, sys out a1 a2. Okay, let me run the code. Okay, okay, so you can see the output, right? So this right, it's needs to be converted into a string. Okay, like we saw in the earlier videos, right? This should be converted into a string. This will convert. Okay, so the understanding of right this right polymorphisms, right, method overloading and writing. So method overloading means a class is having multiple methods, right, with right different parameters, that is called as method overloading. And method hiding is a two class which is having a child class and parent class. For example, animal is a parent class and dog and tiger is a child class. Okay, animal has a method sound which can be override in tiger and dog. Okay, so you can see, right, the dog and tiger is been converted. Okay, so this is called as an writing. As I told in the real time example, okay, there is one class called as base class. Okay, so there will be a class called as base class in the, for example, right, okay, there is one class base test. Okay, there is one test base test, and there is one class login class. So login class, okay, login test has one method, okay, for example, a run test. Okay, void run test. Okay, so it has this out. Okay, run the code. Same thing. Okay, login test. Okay, we'll have another method, void run test. Okay, extends base test. Okay, so now, so you'll have some code here. For example, okay, web driver. I'm just giving an example. Okay, driver equal to new Chrome driver. I didn't add the Salem library, so it's going to throw an error. Okay, now driver equal to new Chrome driver. Now, if I create, I'll use add to override. Okay, I can override, right, the base test method in the login test. Okay, so I need to add the libraries, otherwise it's going to throw an error. We need to add the libraries. Okay, so this is how, right, that right methods can be override from parent class to the child class. So this concept is called as an overriding. Okay, hope this video is useful for you. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. Meet you soon in the next part of video. Bye.